Welcome to Mind Espresso. These are 3-minute mind hacks to start your day, taken from some of the top thought leaders in the world that we've interviewed on the Gartner Talent Angle podcast, and we've condensed them down into 3-minute chunks. And today we're going to focus on Shawn Achor, who is known as a positive psychologist, but he's not about positive thinking. He's really about positive framing. Let me try to explain positive framing through something you're trying to accomplish. You start something new. You could bring to that new situation a thought of, oh my God, I'm gonna suck, and I'm really nervous that people are gonna see me, and how embarrassing could that be? And that could be your frame. Problem is, you've just increased your anxiety level and you've decreased your performance potential. Now, you could also bring to that same situation is, this is gonna be tough, and I'm gonna have to work hard throughout the day to improve, but by the end of the day, I just wanna be in a little bit better place than when I started the day. You've just decreased your anxiety level and increased your performance potential, which we've shown in many studies. And it's all through framing, right? Both are actually true. And some people would argue, well, it's true I'm gonna suck. And well, yes, but Shawn would say, is that useful? Truth is not always useful because both truths are reality, right? You also can get better throughout the day. Now, I'm gonna try to prove how important this is to you through 3 different examples. Number 1, the power of focus and bringing something into your consciousness through framing. First, close your eyes. Now open your eyes and look for something red, 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 red. Everywhere you look, you see red, right? Now close your eyes, open your eyes and look for brown. Brown, 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 brown. Whatever you focused on, you brought into your consciousness. So we know focus drives conscious thought. Now, we're gonna show you that conscious thought actually is gonna drive outcomes. Picture yourself driving down the highway and you're cruising along, you've been on the road for a while, you look up and you see a sign that says 10 miles to the next rest stop. What happens? Suddenly you gotta go, right? But you didn't have to go till you saw the sign, right? The sign put the thought in your head, that thought primed your body physically, right? And probably raised your anxiety level. You primed yourself to have to go. So we start manifesting whatever comes into our consciousness immediately in our body. And when we bring negative frames in, we call it manifesting versus manifesting, right? Because whatever we bring into our consciousness, we're now gonna prime ourselves to experience. We start experiencing before, and now I'm gonna talk about patterning. What Shawn talked about is the Tetris effect. And what Tetris players, or they found with Tetris players, is over time, they would see Tetris everywhere. You walk around, you just see those blocks. And that's from a pattern. So if you take our big argument together, whatever you program into your brain through framing, you're going to pattern into your life. Now, here's the thing. If you become a negative framer, you're gonna experience negative Tetris and you're gonna have bad outcomes, and you think you're gonna prove to yourself that your negative thought was actually useful, when it wasn't, right? It was simply priming yourself to go down the wrong path. Now, the same could be said on the other side. If you put yourself in a useful, positive frame, and he said, always pick the most useful frame to you, the most useful reality, right? That's gonna help you throughout the day. Focus on that, bring those thoughts into your consciousness, and suddenly you'll create a positive pattern. You go from toilet bowl to a virtuous cycle. Now, how do you use this on an ongoing basis? Well, when you get up in the morning, don't just get up and start whatever you're doing. Take a moment and think about your day. What's gonna happen in the morning? What's gonna happen in the late morning? What about lunch? What about early afternoon? What about dinner? Now, thinking about that day, picture yourself having a powerful day, a great day, right? What does that feel like? Now, pick the most useful frame that you need to get to that outcome throughout the day. And it's certainly not going to be, I'm sucking, I'm worried. So I like to think of these in terms of intentions. What are 2 intentions I can take throughout the day? I'm going to focus on being inspirational, which I did one day when I was having to overcome some problems at work, and highly productive at the same time. Inspirational, productive, right? Those are the intentions I took throughout the day. Now, if you get up every day, you set your intentions through visualization and just a couple of things that you want to focus on throughout the day, you will start a pattern of positive Tetris using positive framing. And that is our story from Shawn Achor, and that is our very first Mind Espresso.